iPhone SE4 and Android are totally different planets, right? And the SE4's release might seem far off, but trust me, the wait is worth it. This isn't an average iPhone upgrade. This is about Apple shaking up the entire Android mid-range market like never before. Apple has never packed this much power into an SE model at this price point, and it's sending shockwaves through the Android world. So, without wasting any more time, let's dive into why this might be the budget Android killer you've been waiting for. You know those fancy flagship phones from Samsung and Apple? Yeah, those start around a cool $800. Even the new mid-range Google Pixel 8a just launched at $500, which is considered a pretty standard price for a decent mid-range Android. Apple's last mid-ranger, the SE3, launched in 2022 for $429 and is still selling at that price today. But leaks suggest that Apple might bump up the price a bit for the SE4, but it's still expected to be a wallet-friendly option. So, price-wise, the SE4 is diving headfirst into the packed Android mid-range pool. But will it have the guts to actually outperform those Android rivals? Now, the smartphone battlefield isn't just about who looks prettier. Sure, design matters, but most mid-range phones just copy their flagship siblings, so there's not much to compare there. But brains? That's where things get juicy, and that's where a lot of mid-range Androids stumble. Many of them either cheap out on the processor or, like the Pixel 8a, use a top-tier chip but throttle down its speed. But get this, the iPhone SE4 is rumored to pack Apple's A16 Bionic chip, the same powerhouse found in the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 15. This chip blows most mid-range Androids out of the water when it comes to multitasking and gaming. And let's not forget Apple's software game is on point, like always. They've been cooking up processors and software in their secret lab for years, and they've nailed that perfect recipe. So the SE4 isn't just smart, it's a freaking genius. So we've covered the brains, now let's talk beauty. Apple's been packing some serious upgrades into its SE4. These upgrades aren't just blowing the doors off Android mid-rangers. They're even giving Apple's own flagships a run for their money. Like I have said earlier, most mid-range Android phones might look like their pricier siblings, but they usually skimp on the materials. But that's not the case with iPhone SE4 design. It's taking design cues from the iPhone 14, and it's even getting a USB-C port, something the iPhone 14 didn't have. The display is getting a major upgrade too, moving from a tiny 4.7-inch screen to a gorgeous 6.1-inch OLED display. While other mid-range phones might offer similar displays, the SE4 brings something truly unique to the table. The Face ID upgrade, a first for an SE phone. This sets it apart from the crowd and gives it a premium feel. Now, there are a couple of things that might make the SE4 less appealing to some. Its 60 Hz refresh rate and single 48 megapixel camera. Many mid-range Android phones offer higher refresh rates and multiple cameras. But here's the thing. iPhone photography is already leagues ahead of mid-range Android photography, and the SE4 is rumored to have an AI photography mode that could take things even further. Of course, the iPhone SE4 is still a long way off from being official, and that gives its competitors plenty of time to come up with a game plan. But if the rumors are true, the SE4 is in a prime position to outshine the crowded Android mid-range market. But the SE4 isn't the only mid-ranger to watch out for. Samsung's S24 FE is on the horizon, and it's packing some serious heat. Curious to see how it stacks up? Well, you can watch it here. This is Techtics, signing off for now.